Yep. Breathtaking view for breathtaking posture. This is what we're gonna do today, right? I wanted to make everything congruent for you guys, right? We wanna have a trap formula that is all I'll ever need. That's gonna give you beautiful posture. It's actually gonna bring up your shoulders, believe it or not. That means you came in here for traps. You're walking out with traps and 3D delts, because that's how we do it here. But regardless, this is what we have going today. This is exactly what I'm gonna give to you. It is game time. Let's have a blast, boys. And we're back, boys. Back at it again. I mean, listen, I gotta tuck in like a gentleman. I feel like I've been missing out on the last two videos, right? I feel like we got a little excited, a little ahead of ourselves. Gotta make sure we stay tucked in always because we're gentlemen. If you're new here, this is how we do it. You don't tuck in, you just don't got that. You know what I mean? The tuck in is an element of class you can't quite explain, but regardless, you guys are here for the traps. And before we get right into it, those of you that are new here, the OGs know about this. You guys do not, all right? The way we do things is we are superset supremacists. So the way we like to do it is we like to superset the same exact muscle. Not like idiots where we're just like hopping around and just kind of going around like chicken with his head cut off, quote unquote. We don't do things that way. We're surgical. We're like snipers. So the way I like to do is I like to do the same exact muscle, but not just the same exact muscle. The same exact portion of the muscle back to back. Why do we do this? Because it's a game of intensity. This is how we ensure quality training. Because if I'm doing straight sets and I'm not hitting the sets the way I'm used to, right? You're almost like, oh, I had a bad lift today. This formula that I essentially have come up with, because I've never seen anybody else do it this way. First end, typically with bigger muscles, we'll do a compound movement followed by an isolation. So let's say we're doing upper chest. You don't want to do an incline press, right? Could be dumbbell, could be barbell. It's all compound. And then you want to superset it with incline cable flies. With traps, it's a little bit different, but we can still execute the same exact thing. Because with traps, it's actually gain more of range of motion than it is just banging away on weights. And it's because your traps are responsible all for different parts. You have your lowers, your mid, your upper. In my opinion, what I'm going to show you guys is really the only one you need. Obviously, if we want to do touch-up work, we have that. We can absolutely do that. But this is going to move the needle for you. This is going to give you beautiful posture. This is going to allow you to really sink like this. You walk around, head held high, not on purpose, not like a loser who has to go like this to feel cool. No, it's just your posture is so beautiful, it's almost obnoxious, you know, in some ways. But who cares? That's not their business. Your business to make sure that all of you guys doing this or scrolling on your phone, we're just going to bring up your posture like this, and your back's going to look crazy, and your rear delts are going to really come in to give you that 3D look that we all like. Let's not capture ourselves, right? So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys a superset. We're going to get this done for you. Let's get you right, all right? All right. So we're going to do something you guys know of, which are face pulls. But I know for a fact you're not doing face pulls correctly. For an absolute fact. So I didn't lead in with face pulls. Because most of you guys are sitting there hitting the overhand grip. What is that? You think you're doing anything? Yeah, I mean, you're touching up some stuff. Yeah, technically you're training. That's working out. That's what I call exercising. That's not training. There's a big difference, right? The old cats on that bicep machine, they're working out. They're there to kind of get away from their wives, to go see different things. You're in your prime, right? Even if you're 40, you're in your prime. That's like a 60, 70-year-old game. More than anything. If you're under 50, no, you're going into train. This is how we do it. So we're going to go a little bit lighter than I like to go. It's because I'm trying to accentuate the movement itself. All right, we're back. Yeah, see, this is much better to be able to show you guys. Notice listen, I know you're thinking, if you're a weirdo looking at my toes, bro, just ease up, all right? We don't want any weirdos here. All right, so what most people do, like I said, is they'll go overhand grip on them, right? They come up like this, and they're like, oh, yeah, bro, face pulls changed my life. You're capping to yourself. You want to have your hands like this, facing each other, like you're clapping, all right? Just like this. Palms facing each other. It's a mobility exercise. This is what people don't understand. These little things that I talk about, you guys have no idea how lucky you are to have me. I mean, you guys might hate me, right? But I'm still out here giving sauce out. Because that's what we do. Anyways, what you want to do with your hands, and I'm going to exaggerate it, I want you to take your hands, go like this, and I want you to separate them out, like exaggerate it. Obviously, the rope only goes so far, but we want to exaggerate that movement. And you want to follow that hand pattern. I'm telling you, even if you do it like this and you extend out completely, you'll start feeling pulls and being like, ah, got it. All we're doing is just adding resistance to that. That's why it doesn't matter how heavy you go, especially starting off. You don't need nothing, really. Just whatever the first stack is, focus on quality. So you want to come out and pop out all the way to the eyeball, right? Obviously, if I had a cable, I'd like to go eye level on it personally, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do you notice this is why my style of lifting, I got bare bones equipment, I'm still lapping fools that have all the commercial gyms. It's just because it's not required. Like, all joking aside, you don't need as much as you think. You just need to execute with quality, right? And precision. Just like that. Boom. Out. Boom. Right to eye level. And I'm feeling the pull from my back. I'm not pulling with my hands. I'm pulling like this. I'm pulling with my back. There's a huge difference. Most people squeeze and tense up and they're just trying to come out like this. That's why they get a lot of bicep activation, right? No. I'm literally pulling with my elbows. All the way back. Boom. In the beginning, you can go obnoxiously slow where you just want to feel the pull, find the eccentric, right? Have it like this. And then pop up, hold. You can do all that. But eventually, once you're in the rhythm, you don't have to go obnoxiously slow. Then you can kind of start going a bit faster, but understand it's because I can go fast because I've been doing this for years. Took me a year to learn how to properly do face pulls because everything that I ever saw or was taught was just bullshit. But this is the correct way of doing face pulls. And obviously we're getting some rear delt activation through the trap training. That's never going to be a bad thing. Oh, 3D delts on accident in addition to beautiful posture. Oh my gosh, in addition to my back looking ripped. Come on now. Anyways, you're going to do that for a full set. What I always say is like 15 sets of 1 rep. Like this. 1. That quality. 2. Boom. I personally like to go till failure myself. That's just because, you know, I'm a gentleman. Also, then, so sick. Superset time. All right, so you're gonna come up over here. You can adjust as you want to, right? So this is fresh off of face pulls. I prioritize face pulls because I think they're more of a needle mover exercise. The one that you like more, place in the front end. The thing you want to progress on and get better at, place on the front end. This is just meant to take our muscle to complete failure. This is efficiency training, effectiveness. This is why supersets and drop sets, they're the shit, especially for people that don't want to spend their entire life inside a gym. Anyways, so all I'm going to do is do Y raises, right? And all I'm doing though, and this is where most people just kind of just crank out and they do whatever. These are heavy for me, and I'm going to show you why we want to go lighter, right? I'm going to come in like this, and we want to exaggerate the Y. And you should feel a pull from your lower traps because you're extending right over here. A lot of that is your lower traps firing. Your lower traps are gigantic. This is why it's the posture muscle. This is why it's so important for shoulder health. It's everything. If you nail down these 2 movements, you'll have healthier shoulders than everyone inside the gym just trying to crank out. Like, dude, I get pain, you know, bench pressing, my rotator cuff. It's because everything is so forward. You have to have powerful back, you know? I feel like I said that really weird. Point is you just want to have a really strong posterior chain. And that includes a lot of these little muscles in your upper back. And your lower traps, honestly, run down pretty far. So all I'm going to do is come out for Y raises. Just like that. A lot of people like to hold at the top. You can do that. I like doing that in the beginning just so I can find the contraction and making sure, okay, that's where I need to be. Because some people might want to go more narrow. Some people might want to go out more wide. You have to find what works for you. Everybody's biomechanics are a bit different. But no matter what, when you think of it like I should feel a pull from my lower traps, which run all the way down over here, makes it a ton easier for you to adjust on your own versus someone being like, hey, 42.5 degrees. Peer review study bros are down horrendous always. Always know that, please, especially if you're on this page. Boom. And what you can do you know, for me, I like to start off heavy on these because I've been doing them for so long. And that's why I said you should definitely go lighter starting off, because it's a mobility exercise as well. But after a while, you can really try to start cranking up weight. And as you start getting more tired, all right, I feel like I was just sloppy at the end. You can take these bad boys, and just to be clear, these are 1 kilogram. I'm trying to show you this is really all you need, right? Then you're just gonna come out just like this. You can do a drop set just like that. You don't need to do that though, because you're supersetting, right? But this is as you start getting to better and better shape. These are things you can just pull out. But this is the superset formula. If you just do face pulls correctly, you hit these Y raises. No sacrifice on range of motion. Don't come out like this. This isn't doing anything. Extend out your elbows and come out Y. That's it. Keep your head on if you want. Some people prefer going like this. I find that once I go like this, I can extend out a little bit more. Ugh. Jesus. When I tell you obnoxious posture, you see this? If I even go like this, it actually feels uncomfortable. It pulls your shoulders back, makes your shoulders look bigger, makes your back look ripped, all of it. This is when you train correctly, you train like a sniper. This is how easy it is. It is quite literally as easy as 1, 2, 3. This is why I train this way. When you train this way, you're not only shorting the amount of time sacrifice, but you're maxing out the results. You don't need to be in the gym for hours on end. This video took me longer than obviously most of my workouts because I'm trying to explain things out. But that's when it starts becoming autopilot. Like in the beginning, it might take you a little bit longer and you're going to be confused. And it's like, fuck. But the way I look at it is you're stressing about it anyways. You might as well have a stress that leaves you better off than when you came in. And that's why I don't believe in counting calories. That's why I don't believe in peer review studies and making sure, oh, what's the last study to come out and does it cooperate with this? Forget that. Think common sense. Think effective, not optimal. If you think effective, then all you're doing in your head is, okay, all I can control is the set I'm in right now. How far would I take it if I thought in my head, this is the last set I'm allowed to do inside the gym today? I'm only allowed to do 1 set inside the gym. That's why I like doing the supersets, because in a weird way, it's like if you nail that first set, everything else almost feels like extra credit. Obviously, I'm being facetious, obviously, because there's different parts, right? It depends on what you're lifting, especially the way I work out, depends on how you're doing it. But for shoulders, it's the same idea. Superset front, superset side, superset rear, superset traps, done. 4 supersets, 2 sets each, you're done. And it's effective. I'm telling you this. You'll notice a huge difference. The boys that have been on this page can tell you with 100% certainty. They probably have not seen results like this ever. And it's because you have to think common sense. I did this because everybody else's prescription, right? The thing, oh, like this is the solution. This is how you do it. This is how you get here. Which is all bullshit. You could tell it was bullshit, you know? Like, first off, I'm not here to do like the minimal amount of work and get the most amount. Which, of course, I am. Who isn't? That's leverage. But, like, I'm not just trying to be showy big. I want to be actually strong. I want to be strong in what I want to do in real life. I want my mentality to change. I want my vitality to change. Get what I mean? Like, your face starts to morph, believe it or not, in the way that you think of things. And that's why it's so important. Like, in my head, it's like, all right, we're going to go into this set, and I'm going to give everything I got. If you do that, you're going to be ahead of 99% of people that work out already. I'm not talking about the general population. I'm talking about amongst people that go to the gym. You will surpass. I promise you. And we're the natural crusaders, and we're natural supremacists, superset supremacists, everything, right? It's a supremacy here. It's a legacy here. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope this is well worth your time. If there's anything you guys are looking for specifically, please drop it down in the comments. If people like those comments, give those thumbs up, and that way I don't make a video on it. As always, y'all, I love y'all very much. Oh. Dude, it's so weird. There's someone right there. I can't see him because of the wood panels, but they're like been out here for a while. Are they listening to a live YouTube video? This is only if you click on the YouTube. You're not getting a live show. Anyways, I love you guys. Uncle Rami, the Natural Crusader, out. Peace. Love you, fam.